Welcome to the Hugh Lane Gallery and to our exhibition Worlds Without End. I'm Barbara Dawson and this is Victoria Evans, and between us we're going to take you on a tour of this exhibition. This is, in the history of the Hugh Lane Gallery, a unique exhibition. It is an exhibition that's non-exhibiting. We were planning to open this in April, and because of COVID-19 we couldn't. We were planning to open it in October, but again, due to lockdown, that was impossible. We do hope that the public will be able to come in at some stage, but in the meantime, we invite you on a tour virtually. Many of these artworks have a sound element, which you will hear as we go through the exhibition. The Border Interpretive Centre is by Belfast artist John Byrne. Byrne's Interpretive Centre is a small shed based on the border on the main Dublin-Belfast road. It contains several knickknacks, including souvenirs such as miniature British Army watchtowers wishing good luck from the border, sticks of border candy rock, books on the border, indeed even samples of soil from the border. Funny and satirical, its undertow and darking menace takes on new interpretations in the current political climate. This work is by American artist Tony Coates, and it's entitled Evil 16. In this work, we have the sobering information that popular American music has been used to devastating effect in torturing prisoners in the torture chamber, which is grimly known as the disco. The second work by Tony Coates in this exhibition is Evil 12 and focuses on the colour terror alert system that was introduced after 9/11. The colours such as red being severe, orange being high, and yellow being elevated. These were subsequently used as methods of instilling fear in the population without substantial supporting evidence. This work is by Belgian artist Lieven De Boeck. It focuses on the convex mirror, an old-fashioned analog surveillance device that we saw years ago in shops and in airports. Onto it he has painted the seal of the Office of the President of the United States of America, as well as the logo of Homeland Security. You have a reference to early, rather sort of primitive surveillance systems and bringing it right through to the more sophisticated and technical systems of surveillance that are adopted by governments and countries today. Walled on Walled is by Jordanian artist Lawrence Abu Hamdan, one of the 4 joint winners of the Turner Prize last year. And his work focuses a lot on acoustic architecture.
It was the trial of the athlete Oscar Pistorius that was dedicated to discovering if he had intended to kill Riva Steenkamp through the bathroom wall, or if it was an accident. The wall became the last line of his legal defence, and accepting that he could not see through the wall, the attention of the court turned to how permeable the structure was to the sound of her voice.
For this work, Walled on Walled, Abu Hamdan was approached by Amnesty International to investigate the testimonies of prisoners in Sednaya prison in Syria.
And to me, the crime when they did it was a cry of pain.
Although blindfolded, the prisoners could hear through the walls, which were porous, sounds of torture and distress. And these sounds were used by them in subsequent court hearings against their captives.
Medium density fiberboard with a millimeter thin beam.
This free-flowing animation, Undoing Walls, is created by the Indian collective Raqs Media Collective. The work is reminiscent of a grid of an ancient city, of walls, which of course can be both protective and also defensive. Here, morph into a beautiful swirling textile. Raqs is a word that's in many languages an intensification of awareness, or indeed whirling, a state of movement, a state of revolution. And in this work, Raqs Media Collective take the seemingly impenetrable and defensive structures such as the wall and collapse it into an engaging, porous textile. This is a really engaging and beautiful work and reminds us that abstraction in art goes way beyond the early 20th century into ancient times. Looking at this film, The Park by Ari Marcopoulos, makes me feel so nostalgic for our life pre-COVID. Here in Fort Greene in Brooklyn, we see people playing basketball. It is kind of a microcosm of great community spirit. There's no fences around, and people cut through the basketball court, coming and going on their daily routine. It's absolutely mesmerizing, and it's particularly poignant in these COVID times. The soundtrack accompanying this film is improvised jazz by Jason Moran, and it references the great Thelonious Monk, who was also from Brooklyn. We've been concentrating quite a lot on walls and non-walls, borders of course, keeping people in and keeping people out. And I think finishing off this part of our film with Ari Marcopoulos' work makes us really think of how important community is, how important engagement is. When is it necessary and where to have borders, walls and fences?